Hello everyone and welcome to my channel White Angel Messages. I'm Angel. In this rune casting video, we're going to take a look at one specific question and see what specific answer the runes give us. The answers can always change in time, of course. We can always take a look at these questions in the future. But when these questions come out, it's because someone out there needs that specific answer. Okay, we have 3 rune casting videos every month on the 9th, 18th, and the 27th, and they're uploaded right after the Viking Valor videos. You'll find a link to the playlist in the description box below. So check out and see if the question that is on your mind has already been answered. If not, you can always write it in the comments and I'll add it into one of the scrolls. Okay, now as you can see, we have 3 scrolls for the 3 questions of this month. Now, we'll just take them out, scramble them, and the question for this video will be the one that lands in the middle. And it's this one. Okay, these 2 will eliminate and we'll take a look and see what question comes out. Okay, how can I build a strong and healthy relationship? Okay, well, this is a question that someone who is younger, cannot fall back on experience, is going to ask, of course. It's a really good question. Someone who does not want to make a mistake. Or it could also be someone who did already make a mistake and said, okay, wait a minute, I got it all wrong. I'm going to ask this time around. Doesn't matter how old you are. Doesn't matter if you already had a lot of relationships or just a little bit. It's always a healthy question. Okay, so let's see. How can I build a strong and healthy relationship? So the answer is going to come out for someone out there. Or some 2, or some 3. Let's see. We'll go get some. Where are they? Where are they? Where are you guys? There you are. Okay. Okay, let me go in and get 9 runes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where's the other one? I can't get 7, 8, 9. Okay, we'll put these away because we don't need them. And we'll see. How can I build a strong and healthy relationship? I just realized something. This does not necessarily say love, but I'm picking it up. It could be a working relationship. The runes could actually answer us in very general terms now that I realize it. Okay, well, I was thinking love. This is the energy I was picking up. Let's see what the runes tell us. Wow, it's telling us a lot. This is the first time that so much has come out. Incredible. We're going to be here a while. Let's see. Okay, I'll try to make this as quick as possible. I know you guys want the answer. Okay, let's see. We'll start with obviously with the middle rune. This is Frey, the mother rune. Okay, she's the goddess of love and the moon. Okay, so obviously we're talking about love. Okay, the goddess of love. We were actually saying, are the runes going to think it's love, or could it be a working relationship? Could be any type of relationship, a family relationship. Definitely love. Okay, so we're talking about security, prosperity. Okay, how can you build that relationship? Already from this, I'm picking up a very nurturing energy. Okay, so something about obviously having, first of all, love for the person. Okay, that is the fundamental thing that should be built on, and everything else should build around it. And in fact, it was the center stone of the reading. Okay, so it's real. It's nurturing. For a strong and healthy relationship, a lot of people, in fact, think that maybe love will come along. Okay, I'm picking up other things like concepts. You'll fall in love in time. But here, the runes are telling me that this is the first thing you should have. Love. Okay? And since she is the goddess of love and the moon, Frey, she is also, she's also represented as Odin's twin flame. And if you know anything about twin flames, or if you've seen my twin flame readings, it's all about a very deep-rooted love. And when we talk about this, we just talk about one love, real love. Okay, the unconditional one, not all the other ones. So a strong and healthy relationship has to be real and authentic and based on concepts of unconditionality. Okay, this is what I'm picking up. This is a lot. This is, yeah, okay, this is for the security, for success. This is it. Okay. Even this also represents luck in a certain point of view. So yeah, having a strong and healthy relationship, there is also a component of luck, because you also have to be lucky enough to find the right person who reciprocates everything, who reciprocates the love that you give them. Because sometimes a person puts it in, but then doesn't get it back. Okay, so here what I'm picking up also is the luck of finding that person that reciprocates it in the same manner. And this is really difficult, in fact. But in any case, this is the center concept. Love, absolutely. Okay, let's take a look. These are the ones surrounding it. So we'll start with this one, because I'm picking up Hagalaz. Hagalaz is the air. Okay, and this is the air that actually is really wild. It just brings up things, and it's like a really strong gust of wind, and it just deepens everything. Okay, and what happens is it may cause change or transformation, a challenge or a delay, because it gets very strong, and winds are very strong. Now this depends on where you were. Here we were talking about Freya as the Odin's twin flame. Okay, and it's really particular now that this should come out, because this also talks about shadow work, which is quite related to twin flames. Okay, what I'm picking up here is that to have that good relationship, before you can step into it, or if you already have stepped into it, do some shadow work. Because if you are clean, if there are no shadows within you, if you are open and happy and you love yourself, and you don't have anything that triggers you, okay, then that is a basis on which to create a really strong relationship. Okay, if both partners do this, fantastic. Okay, so it's what I'm picking up is that it's really good to just stop and think about it. Where are you on your journey, okay, of life, of spiritual involvement? Do you have obstacles? Is there something inside of you that you've repressed? Because it could come out. It could come out during the relationship. And that's not when you want it to come out. If anything, it has to come out before and get rid of it. It's like cleaning the room or cleaning a home. You buy a home and you clean it all out before actually going to live in it. Otherwise, you're living in someone else's negative energy. Okay. Same thing with us. We always carry experiences, whether we know it or not. Even if this is like your first serious relationship, you have maybe trauma or something from your childhood. So the best thing to do would be to clear that out. And yeah, exactly. Okay, to clean it out. And that way you don't have any delays or any interruptions, or even worse, destruction. Because when this comes out, it says clean. Clean it like a tornado. Just everything, wipe it, slate away. And whatever is in your past stays there. You don't take it into the relationship. Definitely you don't take it in. Wow. Okay, I moved these with my hand, but yeah, it was this one. This is Isa. This is ice. Okay. This comes out when you can't move forward in a relationship. Okay. And it means that maybe something was put on hold. And at this point, again, you have to go within. Okay. And that's why it was actually very connected to Hagalaz, which is, it involves shadow work. So at this point, it tells you, okay, stop, suspend it, okay, face this challenge, because you're going to need some boundaries at a certain point. Remember that if you can't move forward in the relationship and you come to ask yourself a question like, okay, we're going to get more serious. It's going to go deeper, but how do I have a responsibility. How do I build a really good relationship, a really strong foundation? If that blocks you, okay, there's something that you need to figure out why it's blocking you. Okay, some people need boundaries. Some people need to set boundaries. Some people are afraid, and that's why they need to set boundaries to feel safe. That's fine. What counts is that when you open up and you talk about this, the other person understands everything and knows where to go and where not to go. Okay, boundaries are healthy, actually. In fact, setting and respecting boundaries is really important because that way it tells you exactly where you can move in a relationship without hurting the other person, without triggering past traumas or anything, hoping that the shadow work has been done. But in any case, shadow work always continues. I mean, you can get rid of some pain from trauma, but it's always there. You can't eliminate the past. So you have to know where the boundaries are. In this manner, they can be respected reciprocally, right? And that way you don't go and trigger something because the person has worked so much to get rid of it, and then we go and step on it, right? And we trigger it. So boundaries are also very, very healthy and very important. So if that has to be done, just press pause, fix it out, and then continue, right? It's like making a building as well. You have to wait until the base, the cement is nice and solid before constructing the first floor and then the second, etc. So this is a slight pause. It tells you pause, do the work, make sure everything is okay and that you have nothing else to say. It's not a blockage and it's not stop. Isa is ice. You just freeze a little bit and then it melts away and you continue. Okay, let's continue then. Let's go with Kanaz. This is fire. Okay. And this one, this stone illuminates something. It helps you to take that first step, right? Manifestation. Because once you've done this, the hard work, you can start to light that inner light inside of you. What makes you really move forward? What makes you want to build this relationship, this really important relationship, because you want it strong and healthy. Because if we don't have this torch, if we don't have this fire, okay, that's something that makes you want to take the first step and say, okay, I want to create it. It doesn't exist yet, but I want to create it. If we don't have that spark, it's like walking in the dark. You may bump into something. You could get hurt. But if you have that fire, it will light the way and illuminate it, and you know where you're going. You can trust where you're going because you've got that inner wisdom, that guidance inside of you that says, even if I don't see where I'm going, I don't see things around me, I don't see the future, because I'm not a fortune teller, for example, I know that I'm going in the right direction. And I know I'm going there with the right person beside me, okay? And this is really important, that torch, okay? And this torch is also associated with love, right? Because when you have a flame that is burning, you're burning a flame for someone, that's the inspiration that you have to go forward, and even in the darkness. Okay, this next stone here, this is Othala, okay? And this talks about family. It talks about home. It's the ancestral stone, okay? And this is symbolizing the importance of the people that are also around you, because a strong and healthy relationship means that you also have to have people around you that you can also rely on or fall back on in case of need. Okay, this is also your connection to the past. So it's talking about your family, your roots, let's say your parents, your grandparents, someone who at a certain point can give you concrete, good advice, someone to fall back on, or someone that can simply help you out when you are in need. Okay, so this is something else. If you think you can, I'm picking up, now this is not for everyone, of course. If you think you can just go out and live all by yourself, detaching from, let's say, your roots, your ancestral roots, you can always try, but it's so much harder. It's so much more difficult not to have the support, the love of a family. And like I said, this is not for everyone because everyone has their story. It's just a fact to answer the question. The fact is, it is possible, but it's so much more difficult. And when a relationship is weighed down with a lot of difficulties, it makes it more difficult to be a strong relationship. Okay, so if possible, if you do have the family unit, okay, rely on that because it's very precious. Some people also have the family unit around them as really good friends. Okay, so not necessarily do we all still have our parents or our grandparents still alive, etc. But a family unit, someone around us that can help us. Okay, that's another very important component. Okay, let's see. Next one up, because we're going from the farthest away to the closest one. This is Nathi's. It's the need. Okay, we were talking in fact about struggles. This is the stone that represents struggles and what we want. Okay. This happens, okay, this stone talks about when you ignore something that you need, or you're in distress because not all your needs are met. It's really important, okay? You have to do internal work all the time. Basically in life, we all have to do this. Because in time, it's not all smooth sailing. You need resilience when there is emotional upheaval, for example, when something happens, okay? And you need a lot of determination to continue forward on your path. You can't give up. Basically, what it's saying is that you cannot give up as soon as the first obstacle appears, okay? You have to struggle. There is some sort of struggle, okay? You need to be persistent. You need to go through the hardship. That is, a relationship isn't based all on the good times, but also on the bad times, because that strengthens the bond, and you need that. For example, you would like that from your partner, right? To be there next to you in hard times, but you have to do the same. So, a strong and healthy relationship, are you willing to do that? Are you willing to be strong on this path, facing all the turmoil that could come up? Because that is really necessary, okay? Quitting and running away, that's definitely not a strong relationship. So if you have that, if you say, yes, I can face the struggle because I really want it, I really want this relationship, then you're doing okay. Okay, last stone down here. This is Ingu's. This is the god Ing, or the so-called male fertility stone. Okay, this symbolizes male fertility, the sexuality. It's also called the door leading home. Okay. It has to do with a lot of different things. For example, the emotional renewal and spiritual healing work that is needed. So it blooms from there, okay? It stems from there. It's like a seed. Ingus is sort of like a seed that you plant. It's also called true love. And now this one is linking again with Freya. Okay, the very first one. The goddess of love and Odin's twin flame. True love. At the beginning and at the end of the relationship, right at the beginning when it's born and it starts to develop, and right at the end, way off here, you have to have true love. Okay? Love is the basis from the beginning to the end. In the good, in the bad, in here, it's always in here. Okay? And yes, it does talk about sexuality, because we do need that as well to be compatible and to love each other. It's part of love, basically. So before since this is called a seed, before that seed can actually sprout, it has to be buried. And once you bury it, you nurture it. You water it every day and you wait for it to grow. Same thing. Strong and healthy relationship. Plant that seed, water it, take care of it every day, and it's going to slowly sprout, and then it's going to start growing and growing, and you have to keep taking care of it and keep watering this plant that keeps growing from it, because that will one day become the mighty oak. The mighty oak that you look back and you say, wow, we did it. We have a really good, strong relationship, and we got through the storm, we got through the windstorm, we got through everything that came at us because we resisted, because we wanted it, because at the basis of it all, in that little seed, and what started the whole thing getting planted, was love. Okay, everyone, I really hope this helps. I hope it's clear, and I really hope that this can be the basis of everyone's relationship out there. Thank you for being with me. We're coming up with 2 more. We still have 2 more scrolls to see in the next readings. Thank you for being with me on this one. Thank you for liking and for sharing the video with anyone you think that could benefit. And thank you for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye for now. From Angel.